So, do you all remember Madeline who made this video about feeling uncomfortable at Asian supermarkets nowadays? And she got very much derided for this. I think unjustly, because Asian supermarkets used to be a place where we could just be ourselves without having to perform for the white gaze. And of course, you also would have folks there who were not Asian but were part of friends and family. But now you have a situation where a lot of white people are going into Asian supermarkets and many of them objectify us. Not just this, there's also the other problem that certain Asian ethnic groups have a higher prestige according to whiteness than other ones. One thing that you will notice is, for example, in Western Asian supermarkets is that hopya becomes a bit rarer depending on where you are. Because hopya is not something that white people know, but previously you could go to a Korean-owned supermarket or a Vietnamese-owned supermarket or a Thai-owned supermarket, etc. You could ask for hopya and they would understand what it is because, this is a place where all Asians would go. These types of products are disappearing. There was also recently a video where a white person was arguing with a Southeast Asian person about the terminology summer rolls instead of spring rolls. So you have these white people now trying to explain to us what our cultures are. I personally had this situation where somebody was trying to explain to me that kuya and ate are only used for boyfriends and girlfriends and for flirting. And no. And it's weird when you show up trying to explain my culture to me. On top of this, I also don't like when Western corporations like Trader Joe's, for example, which is a subsidiary of Aldi's, is now selling very horrible chicken adobo because they try to gentrify us. So once again, I'm not talking about like who I would put in under the umbrella of friends and family, people who are not Asian but are part of the community. But yeah, it makes things very uncomfortable for all of us. And you also have these white people that whenever there is an Asian content creator, they go like, oh, you look like insert Korean pop star. Even though they're not Korean. A lot of people are low-key offended by this. It is very uncomfortable. The worst part is that this is like an inner Asian discussion that was being held, but for some reason, because there are so many white people who fetishize us, now it's in the mainstream of social media. This is weird. It is very, very weird. Because we suddenly have to perform Asianness because somebody who's not part of the community might be listening in.